Beloved child, pause in this very moment, because what is awakening within you is not a passing emotion, but a calling placed inside you long ago that has now reached the time when it must be clearly recognized. You did not stop here by accident, nor did you merely happen upon these words amid the countless noises of life. There are times when I touch your heart only through the faintest piece. But there are also moments when I must place a clear pause before your steps so that you do not continue rushing forward and miss what matters most. Today is such a pause. I want you to stop looking around for answers in other people. Stop pursuing voices that make you doubt yourself, and listen to what has quietly echoed within you for many years. You were not created without meaning. You are not here merely to complete one identical day after another. And you do not need to become a copy of anyone else in order to prove your worth. I have seen you move through life with a heart capable of enduring far more than you usually admit. You carried responsibilities in silence, smiled while inwardly exhausted, and continued caring for others even when you also needed to be supported. There were pains you could not express in words, battles known only to you, and nights when you wondered why your road contained so many turns. You carried disappointment behind a calm appearance that caused many people to assume you had not been wounded. You preserved your dignity even when treated unfairly, and tried not to let the bitterness of others turn you into someone cold. I saw everything. Therefore, I have not come merely to comfort you for a few minutes and then send you back into the same rhythm. I have come to redirect the way you see your journey. You have not been wandering without direction. The winding roads do not prove that you were forgotten. Many times, they were the very means through which I kept you from entering places that might have caused you to lose what was most precious within. The restlessness you have felt recently also carries meaning. Things that once excited you have become dull. Certain familiar conversations suddenly leave you exhausted. There are environments you could once endure for a long time. But now, the moment you enter them, you feel required to make yourself smaller in order to belong. Do not quickly conclude that you are becoming difficult or distant. Sometimes discomfort is evidence that you have outgrown the mold that once contained you. A pair of shoes may once have fit perfectly, but when the feet grow, continuing to wear them creates pain. Your former cycles are the same. They once helped you survive and gave you a sense of familiarity. But not everything familiar is permitted to accompany you into a new season. I am helping you recognize what has completed its purpose so that you no longer call stagnation loyalty. You were not created to chase every door, satisfy every person, or carry every expectation others place upon your shoulders. Some people know how to love only the version of you who always agrees, is always available, and never says no. When you begin establishing boundaries, they may accuse you of changing. Yes, you are changing, but not for the worse. You are learning not to abandon yourself merely to keep others from leaving. You are understanding that love does not require continual exhaustion. Kindness does not demand unlimited access. And compassion does not mean enduring forever what is draining you. I am simplifying your path by clarifying what deserves your time, attention, and energy. When you stop scattering yourself across too many places, you will possess enough strength to care for what truly belongs to your calling. Some doors are closing, and their closing grieves you. But do not immediately regard them as punishment. Certain doors are closing because they only distract you from deeper work. Some places give you recognition, but do not help you mature. Some relationships keep you so busy explaining yourself that you have no time left to live truthfully according to what you believe. Certain opportunities appear desirable, but require you to exchange peace, integrity, or health. I am not removing what is good. I am clearing from your road what appears beautiful outwardly, but cannot nourish a sustainable future. Protection does not always resemble an embrace. Sometimes it resembles a door closing before you go too far. One day, you will look back and understand that what once caused sorrow rescued you from a journey that did not belong to you. Your purpose does not necessarily appear as a dramatic declaration that immediately causes everyone to notice. It is often revealed through the things you naturally and sincerely continue doing. Look toward the places your heart repeatedly moves, the injustices you cannot ignore, the people you continually desire to strengthen, and the abilities you can use for hours without feeling that you are pretending. Perhaps your purpose lies in bringing healing through words, creating something beautiful, building useful work, caring for a family, guiding someone who has lost direction, or bringing kindness into a place long accustomed to coldness. Do not despise what appears small. One timely sentence can keep someone from despair. Work performed with integrity can transform an entire family. One healthy boundary established today can end a pattern that has existed for many years. I also want you to stop waiting until you feel completely certain before beginning. Clarity often comes while you are walking, not while you stand still demanding to see the entire road. Begin with what you already know. If there is a skill you need to learn it. If a responsibility has been delayed, complete it. If an environment continually causes you to lose direction, consider leaving wisely. If an idea has continued returning for years, give it serious time instead of continuing to call it a fantasy. You do not need to do everything in one day. One small step taken faithfully can open more than a great plan that remains only within your thoughts. Yet do not turn your calling into a reason to consider yourself above others. Genuine purpose always makes you more humble because you understand that every ability entrusted to you carries responsibility. You have not been set apart to stand far from people, but to serve them through the best that has been placed within you. If your understanding causes you to despise others, it is not maturity. If a calling causes you to abandon your ordinary responsibilities, it is not alignment. What is sacred must be tested through love, integrity, and fruit that produces life. You can carry a great desire while still washing dishes, keeping promises, caring for your health, and working faithfully. It is precisely within these ordinary matters that the character required for greater responsibility is formed. Perhaps you spent too many years living according to other people's definitions. You tried to become easy to accept, undemanding, and always ready to step backward so others could shine. But humility does not mean burying your abilities. I did not give you light so that you would hide it for fear of making someone uncomfortable. You do not need to display yourself, but neither must you apologize for growing. Learn to stand calmly within your value. You do not need to compete for position or diminish another person in order to be seen. What belongs to you will not require you to betray yourself in order to obtain it. Prepare well, work faithfully, and allow results to speak for what you no longer desire to explain. My child, the simplification taking place within your life is a gift. I am quieting voices that once distracted you so that you can recognize which ones are truly worthy of attention. I am allowing certain relationships to loosen so that you can see clearly who walks beside you through love and who remains only while you serve their interests. I am helping you desire approval less so that you do not sell your peace for temporary applause. At first, this process may feel empty. But emptiness is not always loss. Often, it is cleared space in which something new can take root. Therefore, stop fearing the feeling that you no longer belong in former places. You are not being pushed away. You are being called more deeply into the truth of who you are. Carry the lessons, but do not carry every burden. Honor those who once walked beside you, but do not force them to understand the entire road ahead. Some people can love only the familiar version of you. When you change, they become confused. You do not need to argue in order to prove your maturity. Continue living peacefully, consistently, and kindly. In time, what is genuine will reveal itself. I want you to enter the next chapter with a clear heart, not in haste. Purpose is not completed overnight, and a great calling does not exempt you from small steps. Care for your body, protect your mind, build discipline, and choose people capable of speaking truth to you through love. Learn how to rest so that mission does not become a way of escaping wounds that still need healing. You do not need to do everything in order to prove that you have value. What I desire is that you remain faithful to today's portion and then take another step tomorrow. Beloved child, you are not accidental, nor have you ever been forgotten among the countless people of the world. But your purpose is not merely a beautiful idea intended to make you feel special. It is an invitation to live more responsibly, honestly, and courageously. Allow what no longer fits to leave. Stop chasing doors that only distract you. Listen to the quiet call that has continually invited you back into truth. You do not need to see the entire road before you begin. Do the next right thing, and I will illuminate the following step. When you stop trying to fit everywhere, you will discover where you truly belong. When you stop carrying the expectations of those who do not understand you, your hands will become light enough to carry the work entrusted to you. And when you dare to walk as the person you were created to be, your life will no longer be a series of days spent searching for meaning. It will become a living answer to the purpose written quietly within you long ago. At first, some people will not understand your steps, but their agreement has never determined whether the path the Father is leading you upon is right. Some will look at you with doubt. Some will mock you quietly, while others will attempt to assign motives to you that do not belong to you. They may think you are dreaming too greatly, changing too quickly, or trying to become someone inconsistent with the image of you they once knew. But beloved child, you have not been given the responsibility of making everyone understand immediately. Your part is to remain faithful to what has been illuminated. Preserve integrity and continue without allowing gossip to pull you from peace. When you attempt to convince everyone that you are right, you consume strength that should be used to build what has been entrusted to you. Allow time, results, and the quality of your life to speak in place of lengthy explanations. The Father's plan will unfold in a way surpassing every present judgment. Those who once believed you were moving in the wrong direction will eventually recognize that deeper guidance stood behind every step. Yet when that day comes, do not use success to shame them. Do not turn vindication into a weapon to repay words that wounded you. Preserve humility, because what is being opened is not intended to help you win an argument, but to enable you to fulfill the responsibility placed within your hands. Someone truly mature does not need to watch others bow their heads in order to know they walked rightly. You need only recognize that you did not betray the inner calling in exchange for temporary public approval. Now is the time to move more deeply into purpose instead of remaining forever at the threshold because you fear what may happen if you truly advance. Fear will try to magnify every risk, remind you of former failures, and convince you that you are not capable enough. Doubt will demand one more sign and then another until the right moment has passed. But you were prepared through the very seasons you believed contained only delay. Having to begin again taught you patience. Closed doors refined your discernment. Periods without recognition taught you to do what is right, even without applause. You do not enter this season empty-handed. You carry wisdom, purchased through experience, perseverance formed under pressure, and the ability to rise that you once did not know you possessed. Fear is not the rightful ruler of your life. It may knock at the door, speak loudly, and even cause your heart to beat rapidly for a moment. But it does not possess the authority to decide for you. I am not asking you to become someone who never trembles. I am teaching you to move forward while still feeling the trembling, to speak truth through love, and to preserve self-control when emotion tries to pull you into chaos. Genuine power is not found in speaking louder than others, but in your ability to preserve integrity under pressure. Genuine love is not weakness that agrees with everything, but the strength that enables you to remain compassionate while maintaining boundaries. Self-control does not mean burying emotion. It means acknowledging that emotion is present without allowing it to govern your words, actions, and future. The days ahead will matter not only for your personal growth, but also for your family and those connected to your journey. Some choices you make today will create a different environment for the generations after you. When you end a life governed by fear, you open a new road for those who have watched you. When you learn to manage finances wisely, communicate respectfully, and handle conflict without harming one another, you rebuild a foundation that has weakened over many years. When you courageously pursue meaningful work or leave a place that continually makes you smaller, you do more than change your own direction. You show your family that they also can live differently from the old patterns. Therefore, protect carefully what has been revealed to you. Not every plan must be made public while it is still a seed. Some things must be guarded in silence until they become strong enough to withstand the doubt of others. You do not need to explain every step to those who are merely curious. Share with people who possess wisdom, know how to pray with you, and can speak honestly without extinguishing courage. Fragile plans can be suffocated by too many opinions, especially from those who see only present limitations and do not understand what is being formed. Privacy during preparation is not fear. It is the way you protect what is sacred from hands that were never invited to touch it. Do not limit the future by what your eyes can see today. Your current resources may be small, your relationships few, and the road ahead unclear. But the Father's power is not restricted by the numbers before you. He can use one meeting to change your direction, one idea to open a new stream of income, and one courageous decision to release you from years of stagnation. Yet, do not remain idle within imagination and call it trust. Prepare the documents. Learn the necessary skill. Complete your responsibilities. and care faithfully for what you already possess. Divine favor does not eliminate diligence. It places your diligence in the right place, connects it with the right people, and produces results beyond what strategy alone could create. The proper time is converging. So, you need to remain alert rather than hurried. Alertness means recognizing what distracts you, who pulls you back toward old ways of living, and which habits quietly weaken your focus. You cannot enter an important season with a mind divided by every notification, argument, and comparison. Protect your mornings. Preserve quiet time for prayer. Organize your schedule, and learn to say no to what does not serve your purpose. A stable heart will recognize an opportunity that a panicked mind often overlooks. Someone who knows where they are going does not need to pursue every invitation through fear of being left behind. When anxiety appears, do not try to fight it only through positive thoughts. Bring each specific concern into the light. If you worry about finances, look honestly at the numbers and identify the next wise step. If you fear a decision, distinguish genuine risk from the memory of former failure. If a relationship creates uneasiness, observe actions rather than trusting promises alone. After fulfilling your part, entrust what remains to the Father. Gratitude will remind you that even though you do not yet possess everything you desire, you are still being protected in many ways. Prayer is not meant to deny reality, but to prevent reality from becoming the God that rules your mind. The peace given to you is not a passive state that causes you to stop acting. It is protection that keeps you from deciding in panic, reacting through provocation, and chasing roads that promise only rapid results. Peace is like a guardian standing at the doorway of your inner life, refusing to let every word, fear, and opinion enter and seize authority. When you preserve peace, you will know when to advance, when to wait, when to speak, and when silence is wiser. The Father is not only leading you toward a new place, He is protecting the way you enter it, so that you do not carry the chaotic patterns that damaged previous seasons. Continue moving forward. Beloved child, do not diminish your vision merely to make those around you comfortable. Do not return to an old version of yourself, because new maturity makes you temporarily lonely. You do not need everyone to understand today what is being built through obedience, love, and self-control will eventually prove its value. Preserve a tender heart and steady steps, an alert spirit without suspicion, and peace as a treasure that cannot be exchanged for anyone's approval. The days ahead carry opportunities, but more importantly, you are becoming mature enough to recognize, receive, and preserve them. I am with you in every step, not only to open the road, but also to teach you to walk through it with dignity, wisdom, and steadiness that no word of doubt can steal. The deepest purpose of your life is not found in pursuing every accomplishment applauded by the world, but in knowing me, walking with me, and allowing my light to be revealed through the way you live each day. You were not created merely to complete a list of responsibilities, attain a position, or persuade others to recognize your value. You were called to remain faithful when the road is unclear. Trust when circumstances have not changed. Love in a world that often reacts through fear. And carry peace into places dominated by disorder. Your calling does not always need to sound from a stage or appear through attention-grabbing work. Often, It is revealed through the way you keep your word. Treat kindly those who cannot benefit you. Remain steady while misunderstood. And choose what is right when no one is watching. This is not an additional part of your purpose. It is the heart of what you were created to accomplish. The world often measures a life by possessions. The speed of advancement. How many people know someone's name? Or achievements that can be displayed. But I look at the harmony between what you believe, say, and choose. Someone can be extremely busy while moving farther from their calling. They can accomplish much while becoming increasingly empty inside. Receive praise from everyone while no longer recognizing themselves. Therefore, I do not call you to run faster than everyone else. I call you to move in the right direction. I do not ask you to fill every hour with work in order to prove your usefulness. I want you to know what truly needs to be done and what merely steals attention. Some things appear important, but do not belong to your portion. Some invitations are glamorous, but will lead you away from peace. And certain, quiet, seemingly insignificant actions that no one applauds are the very places where your purpose is taking root. Therefore, you will begin seeing certain things naturally leave your life. Some relationships that once occupied too much of your mind may gradually fade. Some desires you once considered urgent will lose their appeal. Dreams formed from the need to prove yourself may change direction and make room for purer and more useful desires. Overlapping priorities will be reordered so that you no longer give the best of yourself to what produces only noise. Do not panic when you notice these changes. You are not necessarily losing something valuable. You may be being released from what once scattered you. I am clearing tables that no longer nourish you so that you can recognize where you truly need to sit. I am softening voices that once confused you so that you can hear more clearly what has repeatedly spoken through stillness. Inner alignment will give you an entirely different way of living. When purpose, values, and actions move in the same direction, you no longer expend strength, maintaining several versions of yourself. You do not need to say one thing while living another. Smile in agreement while inwardly resisting. Or preserve commitments merely because you fear disappointing others. Clarity arrives when you become honest enough to name what is draining you and courageous enough to choose again. Peace will arise from that clarity, not a pleasant feeling that exists only when everything goes smoothly, but a steadiness that helps you know what to do, even before you understand the complete outcome. Peace does not make you passive. It helps you act without being ruled by panic. When you operate from peace, the way you move forward also changes. You no longer chase people who have shown that they do not desire to accompany you. You do not beg for recognition in places that continually cause you to question your value. You do not force a door to open merely because you have stood before it for a long time. Neither do you compete with someone else's journey. Because you begin to understand that what aligns with your calling will not require you to betray what is good within you. What truly belongs to you may require courage and diligence, but it will not keep you trapped in endless chaos. It will come with guidance clear enough for you to continue and with challenges that cause you to mature rather than continually lose yourself. You will not need to run desperately after what is right. You need only prepare, remain alert, and respond when the time arrives. I am raising you not to attract attention, but to enable you to fulfill the work entrusted to you. My lifting does not always appear through fame or a visible position. Sometimes it is the ability to remain calm within a family filled with tension. Sometimes it is wisdom that helps you make a decision you once avoided. Sometimes it is a voice steady enough to protect the vulnerable or stop a cycle of harm that has continued through generations. You may be given greater influence, but that influence is not intended to build a throne for you. It is a tool through which you can open roads, bring healing, strengthen others, and make the spaces you enter more truthful. The more you receive, the more humility you must preserve. Because purpose does not make you superior, it makes you more responsible. The season you are entering will cause what I quietly placed within you to begin blooming naturally. Abilities that have been dormant will awaken as you use them consistently. Your sensitivity will become clearer when it is no longer disturbed by fear. Compassion will mature alongside boundaries so that you can help without emptying yourself. Your voice will carry greater weight because it is supported by a consistent life rather than powerful language alone. You will recognize that purpose is not a distant destination you must laboriously search for. It is present within the way you care for what is before you, the person you are becoming, and the small choices you repeat each day. When you live with integrity in small things, the larger direction will gradually reveal itself. You must also remember that obedience does not mean blind action. I gave you judgment so that you could test what you feel. Examine the fruit each path produces. What is right will help you become more truthful, responsible, compassionate, and stable. What is wrong may initially create excitement, but it will gradually steal your peace, separate you from your values, and require continual justification for what you know is unhealthy. When you are uncertain, do not run merely because you fear missing out. Become still. Seek wisdom. Observe consistency. And take the next step within your present ability. I do not lead you through panic. A genuine calling may carry urgency, but it does not manipulate you through fear. Beloved child, you have not fallen behind. The slowness of certain seasons does not mean you missed your time. Some years were used to build foundations no one else could see. You learned lessons that rapid success could not teach. How to remain steady without recognition. How to distinguish love from dependence. How to rest without feeling useless. And how to continue trusting while everything remained unfinished. These things did not make you late, they made you ready. I do not compare your journey with anyone else's. Some people see results early and must learn depth afterward. You were taken down into the foundation first, so that when something new is built, it can remain standing through changing seasons.